Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. For the first time in school history, we're playing for a national title. And while we have a lot of different emotions that are going right now, I'm kind of scared. We have a very, very good roster, one of the deepest I think we've had. Defense, there are some liabilities. And we're going up against the number 2 points per game offense, the number 1 yards per game offense. We are sort of, either 1 or 2 in both of those respective categories. But Lee Corso's picking Notre Dame. And I get it, the last time he picked against us was last week. He picked Air Force over us, and we beat him. But he also picked Notre Dame to beat Oklahoma, and then they won. Notre Dame is a very good school. Pine is thrown for 4,200 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Their passing attack is incredible. The rushing attack is pretty much so-so. They definitely pass more than anything else, but they have a really good receiver in Xavier Watts. He was up for the Heisman list for a long time, 87 grabs, 1,300 yards, 18 touchdowns. The dude's a monster. And I know a lot of you guys probably want to see our total season statistics. That'll be in the offseason video, but there's a quick snapshot for those of you that want to see who some of our leaders are across the board. This is probably the most intimidated I think we've been in a long time. We're facing the Notre Dame, but we got a bunch of dudes that can absolutely ball. Jason Barr is a massive piece of our offensive game plan today. We need that dude to absolutely find lanes and dominate if we're going to be successful. If you got a, good eye, you might be noticing another set, of alternate uniforms we're rocking right now. The anthracite. A little bit different than before. Riley sees the guy, he's got a guy deep. It's RJ Riley. The Riley connection gets us inside the 35. All of a sudden, Notre Dame might be a little nervous now. RJ Riley's route running is so good. He torched that corner. Hit him with that little one-cut move, and all of a sudden, the dude was grooving. Notre Dame's defense is not really giving much resistance right now, which we're here for. If it wants to be an offensive shootout, that's probably our best chance. Cedric's going to go ahead and keep down. When he finds that first down, he's going to go ahead and might have been a little bit of a late hit, but they don't call anything. We're doing a lot to keep this on the ground, especially this first drive. I want to make them stop the run game, or at least key in on it and see what our guys can do in the passing game once they put more guys in the box. That one felt pretty good. Riley's under center. He wanted to go to Baker there, but the pressure from Notre Dame got to him quickly. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Do we keep this drive alive, or are we going for a field goal? Jason Barr wants that touchdown. He's going to try to get himself there, and he's about to the 6-yard line. That is huge right there. Riley's been good. He's finding his guys. We're calling good plays to keep him involved as much as we can. 1st and goal. Riley comes back to the backfield to sign with Stewart. Little play action. Riley's going to keep that one. I was afraid to pitch it, and we get down on the doorstep. This has been a really good drive. Taking a couple minutes off the clock, showing that we've got some dominance going right now. And the offensive line is honestly doing their job, and Sean Stewart is in the end zone. He has been such a good goal line presence. Yes, he's taking touchdowns away from Jason Barr, but a touchdown is a touchdown, and we're working towards the goal of a national title. What makes me the most excited is our kicker hit the extra point started off. Our kicker has been having some weird issues this season, but he's not nervous. He comes through, makes a good play. They go with the halfback draw, one of our biggest weaknesses, and this dude is still running. Caps tries to bring him down, and he does, but Rivero gets 21. A lot of you saw Rivero was obviously in the Heisman race for the majority of the year. He finished in the top 5, but he doesn't get used a ton because they have such a good passing attack. Trying to keep Notre Dame in check. We're doing our best to get a little bit of pressure on him while staying in man coverage, which is probably our best bet. We got a lot of guys chasing him. Look at Mullins get the tackle for it, basically the line of scrimmage. Now, the good news that we do have is that their quarterback is not really a guy that's known for sort of scrambling around, so we should be okay from that regard. Now, they go for a screen, and we have immediately got guys on that one. Xavier Watts goes nowhere. Notre Dame might be in a little bit of trouble here. We've got we're going to say they got Robert Roth in press coverage. I might like our chances there. That was close. We nearly got a safety. 2nd and short. Halfback screens work really well. Notre Dame's been over pursuing a lot, but they had that guy figured out. It's going to be tough. 3rd and 5. Get a solid amount of yards. They've got a lot of guys covered. We do see Jeremy Willis, and Willis is going to haul that one in for a big gain, and he keeps breaking tackles and gets 18. Consistency in offense is what we're looking for today. Even a field goal here makes things a whole lot more difficult for Notre Dame. Look, just keep putting points on the board, and let's see what the defense can do. 2nd and 7. Nice little curl route. RJ Riley's all over that for 12. I'm really happy with the game plan we put together. This feels like one of the stronger ones so far. Can the offensive line keep blocking, though? That's the big question, because if they do, Jason Barr is going to run all over this Notre Dame defense. Play calling's been super even, 9 rushes, 7 passes. We've got 2 really good running backs out here that are absolutely dominating. Love to see it. Stewart comes up the middle. This time he's going to run himself for 10+ yards. 2 minutes left in the first. It's been a really good drive. They're letting Jason Barr get some room, and that is the wrong thing to do. Barr already has 45. Stewart chimed in with some good yardage, too. But they do get in the backfield to make him lose 1. Big play coming up, 3rd and 4. We got a guy on the inside. We throw it, and it's nearly picked off. We got to go ahead and chill and kick the field goal here. I like Riley taking the gamble. He had a guy in Tom Baker, again, our leading receiver across the board, right down the middle. It's just a little late. If he sees him earlier, that's definitely a touchdown. But instead, our kicker, Hancock, gets that one up, and we got a 10-point lead. Notre Dame's definitely starting off a little slow, and that's great news for us because we need to hold on to this as much as we can. Cole's going to try to get him down, but what a hit by Ray Walton, who's been lights out the past 2 games. Oh, we got some bad matchups here. Walton's going to go back to the middle. Sending low in on a heater. They're actually going to go with the QB keeper. He's going to try to pitch it, and he cannot get rid of it in time. A massive 3rd down and 10. Drew Pine hasn't really been super effective so far this game. He throws a slant across the middle. He's going to break that tackle, and Jordan Johnson gets the 11 yards they need. This has probably been the most reserved I've seen Notre Dame's offense. They haven't really tried much in the passing game. They're not really known for running a ton this season, but they're slowly building that up. 2nd and short, Pine again. And shotgun, he's got Rivero to his right. They go for it underneath, and McKenzie's going to get that one, but he goes back to the middle of the field and only gets 2. Things are about to get spicy. Conley watching the middle, looking like he's watching the running back. We got some guys here. Ray Walton is going to try to get Drew Pine. Drew Pine is out here spitting all over our defense. 19 yards later, he is the first. Shout out to Mark Mullins, who did not give up on the play, and he's probably the reason why Drew Pine is not in the end zone celebrating right now. Stephen Lowe trying to tackle the running back. He can, but Conley with a big hit on Brent Moore. Notre Dame's having a really good drive right now. They're taking a lot of time off the clock, but we're trying to make sure it does not end up in points. We blitz heavy on that play, and Lowe gets a big cleanup hit for a loss of 3. The coaching job by Coach Mervyn McMurvin and his staff has just been incredible this year. On paper, this is not a championship caliber team, but they have found a way to get things done. Even with the injuries, even with all the issues, guys like Stephen Lowe, who should not be starting, are making plays. This is a massively long field goal. I don't know really how confident I feel in their ability to do it. You know what Hemphill's going to do, though. He's going to be back there, and if it's short, he's going to try to return it. This one's up. This one is going to be long enough, but it's not close enough. That one is going to be left at the goalpost, and no points for Notre Dame. That was an incredibly long drive that has to be deflating for the offense to not get points out of that. And for our defense, that's absolutely a mood booster because we know that if our offense scores here, they're in a lot of trouble. Riley's played such a good game so far today. He makes a quick adjustment on the left. Back to the play action. Sees his guy across the middle, and that's Robert Roth. Invest in that portfolio ASAP. 22 yards later. This little team from Akron, Ohio is put on the show right now. Already where we want to be. Going right back to Barr, who's going to get hit in the backfield, but he's still falling forward. Again, that 15 pounds he put on in the offseason is paying off. Because I can tell you right now, had this been last season as a freshman, Barr would have absolutely flown backwards. Riley's going to keep this one. He's got a big opportunity for the first down, and he does get enough. And he is being really smart. He saw what happened to McConnell, and he is making sure he gets down on these plays. New set of downs. Roth comes in motion a little bit closer to the line. He forces one, and no, Newman jumps that one perfectly. We thought we could, maybe get it by him. But Trent Newman makes a play. The freshman out of Gatesville, Texas, has Notre Dame back in this. You could argue that was one of the worst reads we could have possibly made. 100% it was. We thought maybe he was going to move more to the right. We could squeeze in a ball there. We should have just kept that one. But instead, Notre Dame has the ball right back, and Cole is giving a big hit, and he fumbles, but it's recovered. Tim McKenzie, who had a catch on the previous drive, comes back with a major fumble recovery. We had guys who were trying to send there. They just couldn't get there in time, and all of a sudden, Johnson gets open again. Jordan Johnson with, I believe, his 2nd catch of the game. Unfortunately, that was John Hall getting torched on that one. He's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Sometimes he figures it out, and sometimes not so much. Rivero's figured it out, though, as Hall brings him down, but he gets 15 more yards to put him right where they need to be. This definitely feels like a pass play. Lowe and company going to try to get a little bit of pressure. They actually go to the edge on a wide receiver reverse. They got great blocking. Walton does bring him down, but there again, inside the 5. This is big. Can we get a stop here? Them right on the goal line. He throws an absolute dot to Jordan Johnson. 4-yard touchdown reception, and that bad interception we threw has made this a 3-point game. With the ball back, 3 minutes left in the first half. A field goal is great. A touchdown is absolute perfection. We just cannot turn this ball over right now. RJ Riley has the rock out here. He's looking to make some plays. He almost gets that. He breaks the tackle. He keeps it moving. RJ Riley with a 38-yard rush. This dude is an absolute monster, and he proves it every single game. Major props to Jared Gold because he sealed one of the first blocks that really got him open so he could get down the field. Love to see what our tight ends, our receivers, what all these guys are doing to get involved in that running game. Riley has to answer back strong here, though. An interception, that little turnover there he had on the previous drive is not acceptable, and he knows it. But we do know that Riley is a guy that's overcome adversity, that has had massive expectations on his shoulders. We were national championship favorites before the injury, and then after it, he had to make sure that we kept that same importance. And look at this, as Jason Barr gets the first down, and all of a sudden, that interception we had is gone out of the window. All our focus is right now is just getting back in the end zone, getting points on the board, and not letting Notre Dame have enough time to really get back down the field themselves, as Sean Stewart goes for no gain. 2nd and 10, about a minute 20 left. Oh my God, they left Jared Gold open. Jared Gold is going to get in the end zone. Finally, we see Jared Gold exploit that coverage, get in the end zone, and we got that lead back to where we want it to be. Even when they make a mistake, you got to put the ball right back in your playmaker's hands and see what they can do. And we saw exactly what Cedric Riley can do. Orchestrate a great drive, and when the ball is back in his hands, make a play to make sure that we get where we need to be, in the end zone. I am a little nervous, though, because Xavier Watts gets a big grab there. They've got 56 seconds in a dream, all their timeouts. This could be a very tough one, especially if Dwayne Cole's getting torched by Andy Simmons like that. Pine has only thrown one incompletion today, and that was literally a ball that he purposely threw out of bounds. So we know what he's capable of. 4,000+ yard seasons, and that's his second incompletion, which again, he apparently did on purpose. Playing for the pass again, 49 seconds. Pine looking for something. He throws it right down to Rivero. Rivero, we stopped short of the marker. Now, Notre Dame does use their first timeout, so obviously we got to be a little careful here. But in 3rd and short, they're probably looking for a quick little pass to make something happen. Cole switches up to make sure he's watching the running back. They go for a big one, but we're not having it. That looks like Moses on that one. What a play. Mario Moses with a tackle for loss. All of a sudden, it's 4th and 5. We're calling a timeout. With 35 seconds in a dream, yes, a 10-point lead is great here in the first half, but I'm here for more. Riley, I don't quite love what we had there. Didn't quite love what we had. We just had to ultimately take that. We definitely could have forced that one, but it probably wouldn't have been a good decision. We're just going to see what happens on this play. We could use our timeouts, but again, let's just see what happens. He's got a guy. He's throwing it. Willis is there. Willis grabs it. You're kidding me. With 12 seconds left, Jeremy Willis grabs that one. No one thought he was going to get it. Not even Jeremy Willis. We went from having no shot at getting in the red zone or end zone to all of a sudden, hold up a minute, buddy. We got a chance. 1st and 10, Riley under center. Nice route here, and Riley is going to step out of bounds. If he did it, he might be in the end zone dancing. We have one timeout left, so in theory, something magical could still happen here. Oh, they left him open. No! Riley missed through his guy, and that could have been a touchdown to give a massive lead. I'm disappointed. Riley had a guy, and that was all but guaranteed. Instead, Hancock is kicking a field goal. That is still great. We got points to go into halftime, but a 13-point lead isn't as nice as what it could have ultimately been there. But I will take that. Massive lead right now. What can Notre Dame do in the second half? We were a much better team in the second half. How good are they? Notre Dame knows they have to set the tempo here. It's just that simple. What they did in the first half is not going to be good enough. Cole gets a big hit. Hemphill gets absolutely stiff-armed. This dude, Rivero, is still moving, and he gets no one to tackle him. He just ends up going out of bounds. If that play shows us anything, it's that Notre Dame came to play. Walton steps up to watch the middle. They go to the edge here. That's going to be about a yard or maybe 3 yards from Williams. Feels like they're going to be pretty pass happy here. 2nd and 7, we're blitzing low. They end up going to Rivero. Felt like a pass, but Rivero chugs ahead for another first down. The way that our offense is played, I think Notre Dame realizes that they can't just expect, they need a touchdown on this drive. If they don't, things are looking terrible for them because our offense is cooking. Our defense is definitely susceptible to a lot, and we've shown that our guys are getting burnt or we're giving up big runs, and we just can't really get a stop on the run game, and Rivero is going to break all the tackles in the world until Dwayne Cole brings him down. I got to admit, I was sort of not really sold on the CJ Rivero hype train because he only had 1,000 yards coming in this game. Maybe he was injured because this dude is a monster, and now Pine is going to keep this one. Walton lifted him. Hey, look, Drew Pine might have found a way to get some yards there, but good Lord, is that man probably needed some smelling salt right now. We hit that man super hard. Trying to keep the run going. We got a guy there, and Moses, and Mario Moses says, you ain't moving past me. 2 for 5 on 3rd downs. The defense has been locking them up, but this is very difficult now. You're in the red zone. Can you get a stop? Can you hold them to a field goal? They missed their last attempts. Maybe they go for it. Maybe it's 4-down territory for them already. Stephen Lowe gets a big hit, and what an absolute dive by Dwayne Cole to make sure that was not completed. Now, this is a much easier kick, so they are going to trust their kicker, it appears here, unless it's a fake. Let's see what they ultimately do. Kicker lines up. It should be an easy one. It's nearly blocked, but that one is up. It is good. They've cut the lead to 10. 1st and 10. Got the ball. The lead's at 10. I trust our team here. Cedric Riley's going to pitch that one out. Robert Roth, who's been monstrous on the run game, especially these wide receiver options, is going to try to get all the way down the field. He's down to the 25. What a play call and what an execution. Love what I'm seeing right now. We're putting a lot of pressure on Notre Dame. We're going to risk one. Baker holds that one in. No shot. He caught that one. Are you kidding me? Tom Baker went up and got it. A 50-50 ball, and we were on the right side of it. Tom Baker's made some incredible plays, but what an absolute stud of a grab there. Found the gap, jumped up in front of the guy that would have absolutely picked it off, and got a touchdown. Like, I'm not 100% aligned with the throw there. That is a risky throw, but good God. What a crab to keep this game going in our favor. A lot of pressure here, and Drew Pine gets rid of that one quickly. 10 for 14 now, only 85 yards pass. 3rd and 8, we're watching a lot of their guys close. Watson one-on-one coverage. We have no safety help at all right now. Trying to put some pressure. Hemphill's going to get his 6th pick of the year. Mike Hemphill. Shout out this dude because he is nearly going to return that one. Gets an ankle tackle from Xavier Watts, but Hemphill says, I don't need help. Put me on an island. I'm making plays. That is the 20th turnover forced by this defense this year. I was one of the people that said we didn't have enough talent on defense and it was going to be a rough year, but good Lord, these dudes have made play after play after play. And if you win the turnover battle, you're going to win a lot of games. Things are looking kind of scary right now. If you're a Notre Dame fan, this is not good. Your team has made it to the big game. You've got an opportunity to get back to the... Uh-oh. Okay, things are looking slightly more bright. Gonna be entirely honest there. Didn't see that guy. Didn't see that guy at all. And now we're paying the price. Drew Pine gets this ball back. Williams is gonna break the tackle, but then Lowe cleans that up. We've honestly had a weird game where we've held them to 100 yards passing. I feel like they'll obviously eclipse that pretty soon, but the fact that we're even where we are right now defensively against the pass is just wild. They're going with the run. Trying to get a couple of guys involved there because Rivera was an incredibly difficult player to bring down the first time, and he still gets up there for 15. Notre Dame trying to keep their dreams alive for a national title. Cole's going to have responsibility for the tight end here. The running back goes to the other side. Pine, though, gets hit, and immediately the pressure has been on him consistently. 2nd and 10, they're obviously in more of a pass-heavy situation. They go for the little pitch here. Hemphill is all over Rivera and says, you aren't running anywhere on my side. We're doing a solid job, but there's still more work to be done here. Job's not finished. 3rd and 11. Notre Dame needs a big conversion here. They throw it over Josh Cole's head. He can't quite get up, and Lee Andrews has him 25 yards more than Rich. We were hoping and praying that Cole would have seen that, could have jumped up a little bit, but he just wasn't quite there. Oh, he keeps that one. Are you kidding me? What is Pine doing? Defense has been on the field an awful lot recently, and that interception obviously didn't help us out either. They go up the middle this time. It's going to be Moore, and he goes for route 2. 3 for 8 on 3rd downs. Notre Dame has had a really difficult time offensively. I think a lot of that's because of the pressure we've been putting on their quarterback. They go across a little slant. Johnson's going to get hit big by Dwayne Cole, but it's 1st and goal, and they got a new set of downs. This is a massive point for why are our guys so far away? Kindly get over there. They're going to keep this one up the middle, and Cole is there. We had some terrible decisions on defense. If they went for a pass, we're probably getting points up. That gives our defense a little bit more breathing room now, which honestly I'm here for because that was looking really bad all of a sudden. 2nd goal play in the pass. Stephen Lowe and company bringing the blitz. Pine goes and Ray Wallen says, I'm standing you up. 3rd and goal. We're actually going to keep Lowe kind of across the middle. Their quarterback's pretty tired, but they go to the edge. Conley tries to get him in. His 4th and goal, I believe, on the 1. I'm shocked. I mean, they could literally sneeze forward, and that was going to be a touchdown. They actually are going for the field goal here. Field goal is up. That one is money, and they've cut the lead to 14, but I feel like I'm going for the points there. Coach Mervyn McMurvin is absolutely a risk taker, but I think we've seen that Riley has gotten some throws he isn't really probably should have made out there, and those throws have been a real reason why Notre Dame is still hanging around in this game. 4th quarter, Notre Dame knows they need some clutch plays that they're going to stick around in this afternoon. It's a national title or bust. Cedric Riley feeling it. He's got a guy wide open deep. He throws out, and it's going to be Baker who gets his feet down and gets 33 big yards. Notre Dame brought a lot of guys up in the box. They didn't really have the safety help over the top, and their safety that they did have was just not anywhere paying attention. When Riley threatened to run, he moved up too much, and the rest was history. Not a lot of guys in the middle here. Barr could have a really good opportunity. Nice spin move for Jason Barr, and he's got the first down. Our goal here is to just put a lot of pressure. Not give them a lot of time. Let the defense have to deal with the run game, and I think we'll be okay here. But they're starting to figure out how to stop us. We have run for over 200 collective yards on offense. It's just insane. We have so many guys that are getting involved, whether it's receivers, running backs, the quarterback. It's just everybody is doing this. Running back by committee. Look at Sean Stewart trying to get in the end zone. One of the best runs of his career, and he's in the end zone. Notre Dame, you're in trouble now. (34-13). We've held their offense in check. I'm blown away. What can this team do now? Josh Cole's gonna pick that one off. Josh Cole, who I don't even know if he had an interception in God knows how long, just made a play that might have just ended this entire game for Notre Dame. Notre Dame has to be in shambles. Drew Pine, who again was breaking some records in Notre Dame this season, broke the touchdown record from Brady Quinn. He's not like that type of quarterback today. We've kept consistent pressure on him, not let him get comfortable. We've sent pressure from all angles. We've mixed up our coverages a lot. We have just had guys that are ready to make sure that he is not going to beat us. And in fairness, he really has not beat us. He's been a detriment to his team. We've said if you're going to beat us, it has to be from Rivero. And Rivero has had a very good game, over 100+ yards rushing. He's doing everything he can to carry his team, but they keep going back to the passing game, and that's what's been hurting him. We are 5.5 minutes away from being national champions as long as we don't mess this one up. Roth coming over as a decoy. Giving it to Stewart. They kind of didn't exceed that, but 59 immediately switches back around for the tackle. Barr back in the game. We're going to see Riley move over. Well, halfback toss coming in, but good Lord, there was no blocking for that man at all. 3rd and 11, we need something big. Haven't tried a halfback screen in a while, but Notre Dame knows it's one of our favorite plays to go to, and they were all over it again. 4th and 14. A little tough here. We're going to line up for the field goal. Hancock's been pretty money today, and that's right down the middle again. Our kicker is showing up just like the rest of our team. A 37-13 lead with 4 minutes left in the game. It feels like it's all but over right now. This squad is doing everything they have to show that they should be national champions. And Matthew Fowler gets a big hit on Pine. There's not a lot of love that's been shown for, I think, Jason Capps and Bobby Edwards. They have been consistently pushing the offensive linemen back in the backfield, and it's the reason why Pine keeps trying to scramble right now. He does not feel comfortable. He knows that he cannot really sit back and do too much, which is throw the ball like that. And when you give him the opportunity to throw like that, when he had plenty of time in the pocket, he'll hurt you. But our guys have been in the backfield time and time again to make sure that they don't have that opportunity. I mean, that tackle in particular was by Mario Moses, and it was the 3rd tackle for a loss he's had for the game, 4th in total. Like, these dudes are really bringing it today. A big hit there. They go for a halfback screen, and now they're in shambles again. 3rd and 11. Big 3rd and 11. Lowe's going to come in on the blitz. He's been so good today. He sheds a block. That one's going to go. John Hall makes the tackle, and it's 4th and 3. They got to go for it here. One of the best things we've done today is hold Xavier Watts to 4 grabs for very little yards, about 44 in the afternoon. That was one of our big game plans of shutting him down today. Hemphill has been all over him, so has John Hall. Rivero goes up the middle, and they're not going to get it with 2:40 left. We're about to walk out of here with a W. Doing our best to try to put some more points to the board because it's the national championship, and why not? Look at Barr. A simple juke move leads to 11 more. I'm honestly kind of curious who might get player of the game. It could be on defense for all we know. I mean, Hemphill obviously had that interception earlier. He's had some big plays. Ray Walton's been everywhere today as well. I don't know who it's going to go to. Barr's been great, but he has no touchdowns really on the rushing side. Notre Dame knows it's all coming to an end here. Sean Stewart gets the ball up the middle. Stewart's looking for guys to run over, but they are taking out their aggression and their frustrations on him. We actually just got a glimpse of Sean Stewart's stats. He has about 60 yards rushing, but he has 2 rushing touchdowns, so maybe he's the guy that gets player of the game. I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody's going to be deserving of it. And Jason Barr says, hold on, wait a minute. I got a touchdown on the ground as well. Jason Barr might have he might have secured it. 33 yards later, he's in the end zone. That might be our MVP. Five seasons after becoming a school, with a backup quarterback after their Heisman favorite quarterback goes down for the year, you become national champions. It feels unreal. The celebration is going crazy. We see Baker, we see Mace, we see everybody going out here. There's so many players who want to get a national title, but look, I'm gonna be honest, there's none more than I wanted a national title for than John McConnell. Notre Dame did what they had to do. It just wasn't enough. Our defense played incredible today. They bailed out our offense, and Josh Cole gets the player of the game. 7 tackles, a tackle for loss, a forced fumble, an interception. The dude was filling the stat sheet up today, and the coach's trophy the national championship. Coach Mervin McMurvin. You see the newspaper, you see what they've done. We have so many young players that stepped up for this team. And we won a national title when no one thought we could. Little team from Akron, Ohio, 44-13. They never stood a chance out there. Recapping the stats, Riley, 13 for 18, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 very bad interceptions, but still, the young redshirt freshman, he proved that I think he really is quarterback number 1. We'll see how he does in the offseason. Does he train hard enough, or what does he ultimately do? But for my money, he's our QB. On the ground, Barr goes 22 for 155 and 1 touchdown. If he probably has one more rushing touchdown, player of the game probably ends up being him. But instead, he still just has a great game with a heck of a bright future in front of him. We see Sean Stewart go 12 for 73 and 2 touchdowns. Riley is 24. Roth had a 50-yard run. Riley had a 38-yard run. These dudes were doing everything today. In the air, Tom Baker, 3 for 66 and a touchdown. Early on, I thought this might have been the player of the game, but still an efficient afternoon for him. Riley matches those stats minus a touchdown. We see Willis have 58. 1 grab from goal, which was a touchdown as well. And Roth got 1 grab with 22 yards, but some great blocks thrown in the run game. On defense, Josh Cole gets the MVP, and this is such a crazy story for me. This dude came in, he was sort of an afterthought in the draft class. He hasn't really panned out from our recruiting class, but he comes out here and he's been starting all year as a redshirt junior at a 72 overall. And look at the stats he put up. Monumental play by a monumental player with monumental heart. What's crazy to me is we didn't have a single sack this afternoon as well. A couple of tackles for a loss when the QB tried to scramble, but we just couldn't get to him. We did pressure him a ton. It's just not a single sack. Interception-wise, we had 2. Mike Hemphill proving he is the best corner in the entire NCAA, in my opinion. And then you see Josh Cole again with a massive one, too. Those 2 dudes led an incredible defensive effort that really is why we're national champions. This 5-year journey has been incredible, but don't worry, we're nowhere close to stopping. We're going to see what they can do. We have a lot of options to retool next season, a lot of questions to see what's going on with our team. We have some guys that are leaving, we have some guys that need to step up, and we have some big recruits that could challenge for starting jobs. There's so much we have to figure out. One thing we're going to have to figure out is where our national championship trophy goes. We got a spot for it ready. The Coyotes did what the Coyotes needed to do. That is win the big game. Cedric Riley comes in and wins one for John McConnell, and John McConnell is the most important player in school history, but I don't know if we get it done without Cedric Riley and how he played in these games leading up. Yes, Jason Barr did so much today, but really it was what happened before today is why we're in the national title. At the end of the day, a big offseason, a big W, lots more to come. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.